Hi guys, welcome back. This is my Plan With Me March and I'm really excited about this theme. It required a lot of layers, watercolors and masking fluid, which was a real challenge to combine in the Leuchtturm. Let's get started right away. For the cover page I'm making a circle with a landscape with some blades of pampas grass. Before we are adding the background colors we need to think ahead. So I'm using masking fluid to spare the plumes. I use a rubber brush for this because masking fluid just ruins my regular brushes, and these rubber ones are easy to clean. Just spread the masking fluid until you are happy with the shape of your plume. Now you can clean your brush with just a paper towel. Before adding watercolor, make sure the fluid has completely dried to avoid stains. I am using a light blue color for the sky. Make sure the color fades to white just before the center of the illustration. For the grass I am using a brown, beige and sandy kind of tone. Hope this makes a bit of sense. After the background layer has dried, you can add darker brown stripes to mimic the dried grass. Just drag your brush from the bottom to the center of the drawing and try to make a nice sharp tip at the end of the line. Repeat this process a couple of times with darker paint. For some more details you can draw some grains. This can be very rough and abstract and doesn't have to be like really realistic. Now it's time to remove the masking fluid. This is a tricky job because before you know it, your paper is ripped and you can start the entire process again. Trust me, I've been there. Like a lot. Gently rub on top of the fluid until it comes off. Now you can fill in the big plume. Again, begin with a light beige tone and keep adding darker stripes. This way your pampas grass gets more depth. For the other plant I'm choosing a dark red color, which really makes the illustration pop. Use the same process as you did for the beige illustration. Add some darker brown tones into the red one for more diversity and again, depth. After this I write down the name of the month and the number of the year, and voila, your cover page is ready. For the monthly spread we are using the same painting technique as we used for the cover. But first we have to jot down all the dates. I choose a really easy layout, not squares this time but just some lines and numbers. For the illustration we are using masking tape to create a canvas you can paint on. After you are done painting you can remove the tape and have an illustrated square. To make sure your tape isn't too sticky, and believe me that's possible, you can paste it on top of your desk a few times. This way the glue isn't that strong anymore and easier to remove. Again create a landscape with blue and sandy tones and draw a lot of dried grass. I forgot to say this while making the cover page, but to make the illustration more shiny I used coliro colors in the color Moon Gold to add some shimmer. And to finish off, use a white gel pen to add some accents like dots and tiny leaves. The next spread will be my trackers. For this page I created a red plume and a brown one, surrounded by moon golden dots and paint splatters. I like to keep this page nice and simple. I mentioned on Instagram that I wanted to change things up because I hardly use my trackers. So I decided to create an easier spread, just some sort of index. I only need to put down some dots, no coloring in, just dots. I hope I can keep track this way, because otherwise the trackers are just a waste of paper. And last but not least, the first weekly spread. I was really curious about this one because I had a very different design in my head than usual. I decided to do the boxes at the bottom for a change and wanted to create a mini painting with pampas grass in the right upper corner. I wrote down all the days and dates with a black fineliner, the pointing one from Sakura, and the big numbers with a grey Tombow, number N75. I used my masking tape again to border my painting and started the entire process again. As you can see, I also added some tiny birds, as I also did on the other spreads. These are the easiest animals to draw, they are just flying ants. And that's it again for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you are the tiniest bit inspired, I've reached my goal. If you post an inspired spread, please tag me, I would love to see your recreations. If you want to see more, please like and subscribe, and you can also find me on Instagram at Dutch_dots. Hope to see you next time. Bye guys.